Hello everyone. Today, we are reviewing a watch with an interesting design that resembles the Apple Watch. It features a metallic body, a 2-inch HD AMOLED screen, a wide variety of always-on display styles, and battery life of up to 7 days on a single charge. The watch is the DT Watch 10. These watches offer fast and smooth performance at an affordable price. They include three-dimensional navigation and multitasking, the ability to play music directly on the watch, make calls via the watch, and connect Bluetooth devices. They also support connection to a computer to be used as a flash drive, with 4 GB of built-in storage. Additional features include built-in games, the ability to view photos from a gallery, a large number of watch faces that can be set directly on the watch, and even the ability to view and record video clips. The watch includes an excellent step counter and detailed sleep tracking. It also has a calculator and a voice recorder. All of this is available at an affordable price, making the watch an attractive option for purchase. Of course, there are some minor drawbacks, but the numerous advantages make up for them. Let's take a closer look. The watch comes in a sleek, light-colored box with the name DT Watch 10. As you can see, the watch looks very similar to the Apple Watch. On the bottom of the box are the key specifications: AMOLED display, 4 GB of built-in memory, the ability to connect headphones to the watch, audio and video playback, a voice recorder, a photo album, and support for 3-dimensional display modes. On the back, there are 2 QR codes, one for the instructions and one linking to the WearPro app to connect the watch to your smartphone. Let's unbox it. Inside the package, you'll find instructions in English and Chinese, a charging cable with 4 pins for fast charging and connecting the watch to a PC, a black silicone strap with a unique attachment similar to Apple Watch bands, and the watch itself. After removing all protective films, we can examine the build quality more closely. It's nice that the watch comes with a pre-applied screen protector, so there's no need to buy one separately. The case is entirely made of metal, including the sides and the back, where the heart rate sensors are located. On the right edge, there are 2 buttons and a microphone. On the left side, there's a speaker covered by a fine mesh grille. The silicone strap feels soft and pleasant to the touch. Attaching the strap requires some effort, but once in place, it stays securely fastened. To detach the strap, simply press and hold the release button while pulling the strap to the side. The strap's length is standard, with many adjustment holes, making it suitable for both men and women. The watch looks cool, and I personally like it. The watch measures 39 by 46 millimeters, with a thickness of almost 12 millimeters at its widest point where the sensors are located. It weighs only 37 grams, or 56 grams with the strap. The watch is available in black, like the one I have, silver with a white strap, and gold with a pink strap. On AliExpress, you can also find various replacement straps, including metal, silicone, and nylon options. I had an orange silicone strap left over from another Apple Watch clone, and it fits this watch perfectly. In my opinion, the watch looks great with it. Links to the watch and the best straps for it will be in the description, as always. Let's connect the watch. It powers on by holding the bottom button. The following languages are available: English, Polish, Ukrainian, and others. However, I couldn't find Russian among the options. We select the language and download the app for connecting the watch to the smartphone using the QR code. The app is called WearPro, and it is available for both iOS and Android smartphones. We register, grant all necessary permissions, find and add our watch. A firmware update to version 1.16.56 was immediately available. We update, and this review will focus on this firmware version. Our watch is connected and ready to use. Friends, I will test them for at least a couple of weeks and share a more detailed review, highlighting all the pros and cons of this watch to inform you. 3 weeks have passed since I started using the DT Watch 10. What can I say about the watch? The watch offers excellent functionality, high-quality materials, and very fast and smooth performance. Regarding drawbacks, there are few, but they exist. Now, let's discuss the watch in detail. Starting with the screen, it features a 2-inch HD AMOLED display with a resolution of 410 by 502 pixels. This provides a bright and vivid image with no visible pixels. Brightness adjustment is multi-level, but there is no automatic brightness. Under sunlight, everything is visible, and the brightness is sufficient. The bezel is minimal and completely unnoticeable on a dark background. The The watch offers 8 types of always-on display, allowing you to choose your favorite. There are digital designs showing the day of the week and battery level, as well as more minimalist options like these. Additionally, there are analog styles with a traditional clock hand. The AOD selection is rich, and the designs look fantastic. The always-on display is fully functional and active throughout the day. You can also set a schedule for AOD, which is great for those who prefer not to have their watch lit up at night. Alternatively, you can configure the AOD to turn off automatically after a period of inactivity, which is a very cool feature. The watch is equipped with a battery rated at 240 mAh. In always-on display mode, the watch lasted 3 days for me, with AOD turned off at night. Without AOD, the watch worked for a full 7 days on a single charge, which is an impressive result for such a slim watch. The watch charges via a magnetic charger with pins, going from 0 to 100% in 1 hour and 40 minutes. The charger attaches loosely and may disconnect with slight movement. There is a function to activate the screen by raising your wrist, with a nearly instant response time. When you lower your hand, the screen turns off immediately, conserving battery life. However, with always-on display active, this feature does not work, and you must wake the screen by pressing a button or double tapping the display. You can also turn off the screen by covering it with your palm. Pressing the lower button provides access to quick functions. Here, you can check the battery level, manage connection modes with the smartphone. We'll discuss these later. Locate your phone, access watch settings, enable the screen activation function when raising your wrist, adjust the volume, activate the flashlight, and adjust brightness in 4 levels. You can set the screen timeout from 5 seconds to disabling auto turn-off entirely. Other options include disabling or increasing the strength of the watch vibration using the NFC function. The watch does have NFC, which can be used as NFC tags for sharing links or unlocking doors, but you cannot make payments with this watch. There is also a Do Not Disturb mode. Functions can be rearranged, added, or removed to suit your preferences. By holding down the lower button, you can access options to restart or turn off the watch, activate the siren, or dial an emergency phone number. By double tapping, you gain access to workouts. We'll discuss the workouts and the quality of step counting a bit later. Pressing the upper button with the rotating wheel gives access to the menu and also functions as a back button. There are 2 menu display modes, list mode and the Apple Watch style grid. Navigation within the menu is fast, smooth, and visually pleasing. You can also scroll through the menu using the rotating wheel. The wheel is made of metal, has a good grip, and rotates easily. It's convenient and pleasant to use. By double pressing, you can switch between open apps and even close them this way. Swiping sideways brings up widgets. Here, you'll find activity rings showing the number of calories burned, steps taken during the day, and distance covered. There is heart rate tracking with a full-day display of your pulse in a graph format. The watch measures your pulse all day, and you can set the measurement interval. I have it set to every 10 minutes. The pulse readings are accurate and comparable to the Huawei band. Next is the weather display. It shows the current temperature, today's minimum and maximum temperatures, UV index, humidity levels, and sunrise time. You can also see the weather forecast for the entire week. Sleep tracking is also available. It shows your total sleep duration and provides details on different sleep phases. The sleep tracking is accurate and works well, though it does not track naps. The watch is light, thin, with rounded edges, and does not snag on anything. Sleeping with the watch on is comfortable. There is also access to the music player. These widgets can be customized. You can add or rearrange them to your liking. In the settings, you can change the animation style for swiping between widgets and menu windows. There are 5 animation styles to choose from. Additionally, by double tapping the screen, you can switch to a 3D widget display mode. Swiping up gives access to an additional menu. Here, you'll also find activity rings, heart rate data, weather, alarm settings, the music player, sleep tracking, and the last 3 open apps. You can customize the order of this menu or remove unnecessary items. Swiping down brings up notifications. Here, you can read or delete notifications. When you receive a message, the watch vibrates and the screen lights up. The watch has good vibration quality with 3 intensity levels. App icons are displayed. The text is clear, with a large and readable font, although the length of the text is limited. You can generally understand who sent the message and decide whether it's worth pulling your smartphone out of your pocket, but not much more. Emojis are not displayed, and you cannot reply to messages. You can select any app to send notifications to the watch, and there are no issues with receiving notifications. You can also make calls using the watch. For incoming calls, the caller's name and phone number are displayed. You can accept or decline the call and switch the connection between the watch and the smartphone. Outgoing calls can be made via contacts, which sync fully with your smartphone, so all your contacts are available. You can also dial numbers through recent calls, outgoing calls, or the numeric keypad. The watch microphone is good, and I can be heard clearly. And here we need to talk about the modes available on the watch. You can only make and receive calls in phone mode. You can also listen to music on the watch that is played on the smartphone. To do this, in the audio settings, you need to enable media audio. The sound on the watch is average. You can skip tracks and adjust the volume. The track names are not displayed. With the IMP player, you can slightly improve the sound, but it still has the quality of a radio. It works fine for calls. It's a shame that you can't control the player when the sound is coming through the smartphone. For example, when you connect a Bluetooth speaker, you won't be able to skip tracks on the watch. If you switch to local mode, when a call comes in, only the contact's name and phone number will appear. You can't accept the call, but you can reject it. In local mode, you can play music stored on the watch. Since the watch has 4 GB of storage, it connects to a PC via the included cable, but in reality, 3.26 GB are available. You can load music and other files onto the watch and use it as a flash drive. There is also the option to connect Bluetooth devices, such as headphones or Bluetooth speakers, directly to the watch. However, the sound quality decreases. Overall, the possibility to listen to music is there, but with poor sound quality, without bass and depth. Let's talk about the functions of the watch that we haven't touched on yet. The watch can measure blood oxygen levels, and it does this decently, but there is no continuous blood oxygen measurement throughout the day. There is a blood pressure measurement function, but this is not a medical device, and the readings are not accurate. There is a breathing function, a voice assistant, an alarm that can be set through the watch, a calculator, a timer that can be minimized and set to any time. There are several games: 2048, Snake, Flappy Bird, Colors, and the Tower of Hanoi. There is a voice recorder. You can record and listen to recordings on the watch, a compass, a stopwatch that can also be minimized, a photo function. You can set the shutter delay, and it is activated by pressing. There is a photo gallery. There are default photos, but you can also upload your own pictures and photos. You can use them as a watch face or background for the menu. You can even watch videos on this watch. There are 3 default promotional videos. The volume can be adjusted with the wheel. It is possible to upload your own videos. I was able to do this. I think I'll make a separate video about it, as this one is getting too long. And you should subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos. There are 10 workouts on the watch. There are the most common workouts. All of these workouts do not use GPS, as the watch does not have a GPS module. During the workout, the basic values are displayed: distance, steps, heart rate, and calories. You cannot use the player during the workout. But when you use a workout started from the smartphone, which uses the smartphone's GPS, you can use the watch normally, read messages, control the player, listen to music, and also connect Bluetooth devices directly to the watch. The app has 4 workouts: running, walking, cycling, and hiking. After completing a workout, you can view detailed workout information, including pace, steps, calories burned, cadence, and other parameters. Let's walk 100 steps and see how the watch counts steps. The watch hardly reacts to arm swinging and does not count steps while in transport. The step count works well. As we can see, the results are good. Now, regarding the connection with the phone. The watch has Bluetooth 5.3, and the connection stability with the smartphone is good, with no disconnections. However, the connection range did not impress me, about 10 meters in direct line of sight and around 5 meters through one wall. Let's talk about the WearPro app, which connects the watch to the smartphone. It has some drawbacks, such as pop-up ads every time you open the app. The ad appears once, but it shows up every time the app is launched. Additionally, when you start the app, it requires enabling location data. If you want to get rid of the annoying ads, download the WearJoy app from Google Play and connect the watch through it. WearPro doesn't have the annoying ads and has a slightly different color scheme, but otherwise, it's the same. But let's talk about the WearPro app. The app is simple and not overly cluttered. It contains all the necessary information. There's step and calorie statistics by days, weeks, and months, sleep and sleep phase information, heart rate charts and statistics, blood pressure, blood oxygen levels, and a women's calendar. There are workout courses and workout videos,
marching steps,
relaxing music for good sleep, and reminders for warm-ups and water consumption. There's also a watch search function, the ability to add pictures to the watch, and adding contacts. You can set pulse measurement settings and do not disturb mode settings. There is also a watch face download menu. The app has a small selection of watch faces, divided into categories. There are various watch faces with animations and quick access to functions, but mostly, the watch faces are not in the app, but on the watch itself. If you go to the watch face change menu, there will be a large number of faces available. There are ones with hands, with short videos, faces that change images when tapped, as well as classic watch faces. To install watch faces from the watch, you need to find this specific face. Once you go in, you will see the watch face categories and can add anyone that you like. There are quite a few nice options for both men and women. In total, there aren't many watch faces, about 120 in total. The cool thing is that most of them are on the watch, and you can set them at any time without using the smartphone. Here are the watch faces that I liked. You can set your own photo or image as the watch face and choose the display style. The screen on the watch is good and vibrant. The picture on the watch looks great. In summary, the strong points of the DT Watch 10 are: the watch has a great design and good quality materials for the case, a decent strap, and comes with a protective film right away. It has an excellent AMOLED screen with small bezels, a functional rotating crown. The watch is very fast and responsive, with 3D effects and quick navigation. You can minimize and switch between windows. It has 4 GB of storage for files, music, and videos. You can connect Bluetooth devices directly to the watch. It measures pulse, sleep, and steps well. There are many functions: voice assistant, calculator, photo gallery, games, voice recorder, as well as an alarm clock setting on the watch and the ability to minimize the stopwatch and timer. You can make and receive calls through the watch. You can listen to music and watch videos on the watch, and there is the ability to upload your own video clips. You can receive messages from any apps without limitations. The vibration is good, and it also has a large battery, which allows the watch to work for up to 7 days on a single charge and up to 3 days with the always-on display function. The watch is light, thin, and comfortable. As for the downsides, when you open the WearPro app, ads constantly pop up. However, this can be solved by installing another app called WearJoy. The connection range between the phone and the watch is 10 meters in direct line of sight, and I find this to be too short. When answering a call through the smartphone, the signal goes through the watch by default, and you need to switch the signal to the smartphone. I don't often talk through the watch, so I mostly keep the watch in local mode. In this mode, you can see who is calling and can reject the call. Although the watch does have the ability to play music through the watch, the speaker quality is not great. In my previous video, where I reviewed the Z-Blaze Aries 3 Plus, the speaker was much better, almost like a mini speaker. This is not comparable to these watches. Also, the watch froze a couple of times during use and restarted on its own. Once, I received a lot of messages at once, and the watch couldn't handle it and rebooted. Even though it rebooted a couple of times, it was still unpleasant. The sound when Bluetooth devices are connected is poor, with no bass and a flat tone. Overall, the watch is interesting, beautiful, and functional. There are some minor drawbacks that I've tried to explain, but they are not significant. The watch is great for its price and is definitely worth the money. I can say that these watches are among the fastest and smoothest in operation for their price, with good and essential features. I would recommend them for purchase. Check out my other videos too. I'm curious to hear your opinion on these watches. Let me know which watches you'd like me to review next. See you soon, friends. Goodbye.